Whatsblazing one. He won his holiday next time. Smash that like. Let's go! We ain't playing with him.
What?
We ain't playing with him. We ain't playing with him.
Yeah!
Okay. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah!
Talk a little boxing.
What? Yeah!
Let's go! I
What?
said let's go!
Yeah!
Hit them likes, hit them likes!
What?
What are you waiting for, like Lil Jon say?
Yeah!
Hit that like, feel right.
What? Yeah!
We're gonna talk boxing tonight. First, guys, we're gonna salute
What?
to the one, the only American Panther Travel TDub. What it do?
Yeah!
What it, yeah, what it does. Late night,
What?
let's get it right. Kids sleep, I'm up. Let's work.
Yeah!
Let's go and get it. Guys, what up with it? Your boy TDub was blazing the sports. Yes, of course, I am back at it. Man, hit the gym today. Finally back in the gym, man. Trying to, curve some of this weight off of me, guys. Thank you guys for waiting on me, man. Again, shout out to my boy American Panther Travel in the building. What's going on with you, champ? Yeah, looks like my boy dropped a video, man, about a week ago. A new beginning, point one, striving in God, man. Gotta check that out. Let's talk this boxing, right? Some of you gonna get this late. Some of you gonna wake up to this. We gotta get it. Manny, let me cut the volume. Let's cut the music down. Manny Pacquiao, who just fought Yordenis Ugas, who at one point it appeared that he was contemplating retiring 60% to 40%. And now there is word that Manny Pacquiao is 80% on his get back, 20% on retiring, guys. It looks like we are headed to a rematch. Looks like in January. Let me see about that article. I don't got that article, guys, but I want to show you guys something. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this as well. Let me show you the video. If you can't see it, let me see if you guys can see it well. After the fight, guys, Manny Pacquiao was eating. The odd thing about him eating, which, that's not odd, is that, let me see. Somebody was feeding him, his wife. Let's see. Now, let me see if you guys can see this. Give it a second. So, I want to show you guys something. Let me see if it pops. Okay, you can see it. It's enough. Check this out, guys. That's Manny Pacquiao sometime after fighting Yordenis Ugas. And probably a combination between the jab and that right hook. Guys, it looked like he wasn't able to feed himself properly. Look. What happened? Hold up. Whatever. Let's go. Look at this. So this is the actual video. This is it. I hope you guys can see this is the video. Look at his eyes. It's like the only thing I can think of at this time is that they can open some, but they probably hurt to open. Because they're so swollen that if you're trying to open them, you're pushing against swelling. And it's probably better off having them closed, guys. And I got to say this. A lot of men, I just did a video because I got a flag football game coming up promoting prostate cancer. In case some of you guys don't know, prostate cancer awareness is next month, September. So if you know a guy, might just want to pass along and throw in his ear, hey son, they don't promote it much at all, really. So, get checked. Especially the older you get checked. And like I said, I was doing a video, I said, listen, man, things are getting too close to home. And I say too close to home, I'm not just saying somebody around me could die. I'm saying it's getting close to home. Like, knocking at my door. So, some of you guys don't know is my father, 2012, passed away from cancer. I had an uncle who just passed August the 12th, and he was buried this past Saturday from cancer. And I have a brother. He's an older brother. He was in his early 50s, and he passed away. Woo! Guys, get checked. It's a sad situation. Now, look at this. Look at the video. For a man, you know, if you're a man that got pride, a lot of times, most men don't even want to ask for help, which is why we don't go to the doctors much. Why? Because we can sleep it off. So in order for him to ask her, Jinky, you know, she might have offered, you know, but she probably thought he was struggling. I don't know how the conversation went, but men don't like feeling helpless. And right here, this is like a helpless feeling. Look at this. You know, so what's up, bro? So, guys, listen, man. I want to get your thoughts on this. Manny Pacquiao, in one of the most convincing fights, he got beat. He didn't look as fast. He didn't have the movement. His head movement didn't exist. And he got hit with these same shots over and over and over. It's like Yordenis Ugas put a broken record with that right hook and that jab and the right hook to the body, and he put it on repeat all night. They could have gave Manny Pacquiao the number, and he still wouldn't have an answer to it. But here's the thing, guys. Now I want to ask you guys your opinion. It's an opinion, right? It's your opinion. Manny Pacquiao is now stating he is more for a rematch than retiring. Do you look at it as this? The guys, listen, man. He's a warrior. This guy's beat up. He can't see. And the only thing that is pushing this guy to go on, when he can't even push own food in his mouth, is the urge to get back to training and fight Yordenis Ugas in January. That seemed to be his main motivation. He hasn't healed yet. Guys! 2 days ago, the man's eyes was like this. Only thing was missing was is he brave? Courage? A real warrior? For wanting to fight a man that beat him so convincingly, that made many people suggest he was old and should retire? Or is he a fighter that doesn't know when to quit? He doesn't know his time is up. You can look at it from both ways. You can really look at it from both ways, because if they make this fight again, you better believe your bottom dollar that PBC is going to spend it. PBC is going to play how bad he got beat, how the man was eating with his eyes closed, and he is such a true warrior. He is such a legend that even though he got beat by the younger man, he is going back to the drawing board. Low ball champ, what's up, champ? Ugas had him all busted up, Pac need to fall back. Smash the like button. I appreciate it. You know, I gotta listen. I don't get a chance to go live like I want. I come home and I feel like the old TV show, Full House, Daddy on duty. You know, I just put my oldest to bed about 20 minutes ago. So, Here's my thing, man. I want to ask you guys about this, right? What do you guys think that when Manny Pacquiao was interviewed and he said basically the reason he looked poor or looked old is because his legs was too tight and he was getting cramps. And there's also word that people are speculating that his water was spiked. What are your thoughts on that? And then once you think about that, how are people reacting to Manny Pacquiao saying his legs was tight, he couldn't move, he had cramps, they saying somebody could spike his water? How are people reacting to that, video-wise, media-wise, compared to when Deontay Wilder said, I didn't feel right. I think my water was spiked. My legs felt dead. Is one person being treated differently, or is it even Steven across the board? You answer that. Let me know. Bro says he just loves boxing. As I can see, he don't want to quit. And I don't knock that. That's the thing about athletes, right? But I can't say this, right? I'm a boxer, and former boxer. I remember when I was still fighting and sparring against guys I would have waxed, in my opinion, I would have waxed the floor with. I'm getting hit with things I normally don't get hit with. I can't move away from things like I used to. My legs, which I used to have a good legs and could move around the ring. But when I couldn't do it no more. My whole style evolved from being a stick and move boxer to, because my legs was going, I had to be a more crafty, slicker boxer and hunt people down. I used to set traps and make them come to me and hit them with something big. Now I had to hunt them down because my legs wasn't like they used to be. So, I gotta say this about Manny Pacquiao, 42 years old. I take my hat off to the man. I say this, I will forever, being Manny Pacquiao dad, I will forever have respect for him. Because it was when he, and along with Adrian Broner, it was when Manny Pacquiao fought Adrian Broner that put me over the hump to be able to get super chats, put me over the hump to get my hours. That is my biggest video. It's over 860,000 views. Even though they didn't know I was calling the fight because their fight was on, I did great. And even off the fight with him taking on Ugas, 59,000 views. My biggest views in a long time. So I have nothing but respect. But guys, I gotta ask you this. If they fight in January, which honestly, Yordenis Ugas said, listen, I welcome him to a rematch. He said the thing that may change from next time is they can better game plan. Now here's the thing, right? Manny Pacquiao took on Yordenis Ugas on short notice. People are saying that, listen, he took on a fight on short notice. He didn't have proper time to train for Yordenis Ugas, which is why he lost. But then I got to ask you this. Yordenis Ugas wasn't training for Manny Pacquiao. Yordenis Ugas was training for somebody else who had to pull out due to injury. Both of the guys had the same amount of time to prepare for each other. And what we got is something you don't see a lot. Two people. So you don't really see this unless you're still novice and amateurs. And what I mean is, you don't know much about the person you're fighting. Or, wrong, you don't have time to prepare for that person because you don't know who you're fighting until damn near you get there. And you realize, oh, I'm fighting him, and then you're trying to see what he do to try to figure out something. Yordenis Ugas was better at game planning and adjusting on the fly than Manny Pacquiao. So if both of these guys would have not known nothing and fought each other on a whim, then the Ugas would have won. Let me go to it. He says, BNB Boxing News. What's up, champ? Said facts. Let's get it. Lowball says he was very situationary. It did seem odd, but I don't know. Ugas is still a tough fight. The reason Ugas was so tough is because Ugas possesses things that have always gave Manny Pacquiao's problem. Juan Manuel Marquez never was that fast, never was that strong, didn't have fast feet, didn't have great head movement, but the guy could counterpunch. The guy could box. The biggest thing is he can box and a counterpuncher. Eric Morales outboxed him in the first fight. Floyd Mayweather outboxed him in their fight. Yordenis Ugas is a counterpuncher. Why do you think when Manny Pacquiao will start off with something hot, Yordenis Ugas will finish? See, when Manny Pacquiao fought Ugas, not Ugas, but Cloudy, all he did was cover up and shake his head so you didn't hit me. Yordenis either ate them shots, caught them shots, and returned fire. Ugas got that deep amateur experience. Yeah, bro, I think he was bronze medal, right? Guys, if they fight in January, and it looks like they're going to fight in January, you got to ask yourself, how does that fight go? Can Manny Pacquiao change what made his legs tight? And this is not the first time Manny Pacquiao has fought and had tight legs. I remember a lot of times, like, my legs were tight, my legs were tight. And a lot of times, I think they come out the losses. Will it be a different or same result? Both guys going to have the same amount of time to prepare for each other. Let me get this. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Let me get here, and then we're gonna, I'll do this. Bam. Okay. So, Manny Pacquiao, and I gotta say this is a warrior. I mean, this is a little bit of a warrior. He is still hurting, still bruising. So either he is fighting off of pride, and he is embarrassed, and he wants to get some get back, and either he, listen guys, January is going to tell us one thing. If he's really old or not. See, last Saturday showed, at least to us, he ain't the same fighter. Right? I mean, the only way you get hit with that many jabs that Manny Pacquiao got hit with is if you don't move your head. If you don't move your head, listen, Ugas was just like, bop, 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 bop. I mean, over and over and over. And you can even tell that Manny Pacquiao was getting frustrated with it. His feet wasn't moving quite the same. His hands wasn't moving quite the same. And he could never really get the range of Ugas. And even when he attacked Ugas, Ugas attacked back. Listen, guys, that was a nightmare for Manny Pacquiao. That was a nightmare for Manny Pacquiao fans. That was a nightmare. I don't know what he changed, man. Ugas had gold and at Pan American Games and other tournaments. Oh yeah, gold. Okay. Spence would have really put the beats on him. I think Spence got to be sick. He should have skipped past them doctors. Well, you never know, man. Like he could have been feeling like a little bit icky in his eye, and and he wanted to get it checked out. Maybe he thought he could have something in it. You never know. And he probably thought some steroids would fix it. And then when they saw something that made them probably do some x-rays. I mean, it's a good thing because you don't know. you don't want to be fighting with that injury, especially Manny Pacquiao, because even though Manny Pacquiao was eating with his eyes pretty much closed in that video I showed, Yordenis Ugas, guys, his eyes was blasted too. Manny Pacquiao never really threw a lick to really wobble Ugas, but his eyes were swollen. He still had cuts right here and cuts right here. It was a serious injury, but that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity he missed now. I doubt he gets many now. Listen, this is the way he gets many. Right now, him fighting Manny, it doesn't bring anything to the table. Manny Pacquiao, if he still fights, needs to fight Ugas, needs to beat Ugas, and then, he needs to show that his legs are better. They're not tight no more. They're not cramping no more. He's drinking his water now. He's getting his potassium in him. His legs feeling good. Freddie Roach over there massaging him out. He needs to beat Ugas, and I don't think he's going to knock him out. Unless Manny Pacquiao come in there. Manny might have to come into that ring with a bigger head and some pimples on his back and punch back with that old strength when he used to fight Cotto him. He might have to say, listen, give me Alex again. I need Alex. Give me Alex again, because when Manny Pacquiao had Alex, Manny Pacquiao was knocking everybody silly. BMN boxing, Manny will be older and slower father time will be lurking. He wants to leave on top, but it won't happen. Should have retired after Thurman. Thurman would have definitely been the leaving on a high note. You be the undefeated. He used to be unified, but he was an undefeated former unified champion, and you're fighting for his Super WBA champion, and you beat him. It was like your last hurrah. You dropped him, you beat him, you hurt him to the body. It was a close fight, but you pulled it out. The crowd was going, Manny, 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 Manny. Pac-Man games was selling out of the stadium. Everybody wanted to play Pac-Man. But when you're 40 years old, can't take 2 years off, right? You can't take 2 years off. Then you're training for Earl. And then you take it on, then it switches to Yordenis Ugas. And Ugas and Earl Spence fight completely different. Earl Spence will bring the fight to you. Ugas, wait till you bring it to him. And if you don't bring the fight to him, he's going to come to you and use that jab and beat you with the jab all night. They do eye check every 6 months when they fight. These fans gonna get Manny beat up bad, but that's what it usually takes to retire fighters. Think about Bernard Hopkins. It took Joe Smith to help that boy through the ropes backwards, to hit the back of their head, and have a Bernard talking about, you push me. He pushed me. Listen, Bernard Hopkins was not knocked out. He was very conscious. He was very alert. Bernard did not want to get back in that ring. Get back in the... Bro, when Bernard was knocked down, get back in the ring, bro. Get back in the ring. Bernard's down. He pushed me. Is he to 10 yet? Damn it, that's a long-ass count. He pushed me. Damn, man, I ain't know yet. Stood up. What did he push me? Hit me, But that was the last we seen Bernard. Listen, if Manny Pacquiao, I'm talking hypothetically, if he could use his legs a little bit more, use his legs and head movement. If he can just improve those two things, use his legs and his head movement, the fight in January will be very different. I mean, it'll be very different. It'll be much more competitive and much more closer. But if he come into that fight and he only able to do it for a couple rounds, and he goes right back to the can't really move, getting hit with the jab, I'm telling you right now that if he fights in January and he get beat in January, I don't think he can really get a fight anytime soon. I think that's going to force him to retirement. That's what I'm thinking. Let me see if I can find an article real quick. Where my girl at? Let me get Lola out. Put some Lola in it. Guys, remember, if you want to see it rain on Lola, something like this right here, all you do is come into the super chat, throw $1 or two, and you make it rain and do its thing. Bang bang. Or if you want to do that, I appreciate it. But remember, YouTube takes 30%. Send $1, they're taking 30 cents, leaving your boy with pennies. But if you want to cash up your boys, what's blazing right there? I get 100%, and we get it working. All right, let me see. Manny Pacquiao. All right, let me Google real quick. Let me see. I didn't get a chance to read. Here we go. Should I go with this one? Okay, let me go with this one. It says, Manny Pacquiao hints at rematch after loss to one of the easiest opponents I ever faced. Whoa. See, if I'd have read this, I probably would have titled this. Manny Pacquiao says Ugas was one of the easiest opponents he ever faced in his loss. See, I didn't read this, but let's go. Let's get it. Manny Pacquiao has refused to rule out a rematch with WBA champion Yordenis Ugas following his upset defeat to the Cuban last weekend, which nudged the Filipino boxing star even closer to retirement. Manny Pacquiao, 42 years old, told the athletic website that he may consider fighting Ugas again in January, following his unanimous decision loss to the 35-year-old in Las Vegas on Saturday. Quotations, yes, I can come back in January. I will see about it. Pacquiao told the website, I know I can rematch him if I want. I just need to tell promoter Al Heyman that would be no problem. Ugas said in the aftermath of his win on Saturday, where he clinically picked off Manny Pacquiao from long range to score a deserving victory, that he would be willing to offer the 8-division world champion a rematch. Guys, listen. If Manny Pacquiao talking about a rematch and he is still swole up, lumped up like Willie did it, and his eyes closed, the moment he get better, and his fans start telling him, you're going to fight him, you're going to fight him, you're going to fight him, with his ego and his will and the people are pushing him, I can almost say this thing is a damn near sure thing. Nan Smith in the building says, Manny is just being embarrassing, saying that was weakest opponent. That's where he's effing up. Ugas going to really put hands on him next time. Manny could hardly open his eyes in the video. I seen Jinky was feeding him soup. Yeah, I just showed it. Hold on, I'll show you again. Hold up. I'll show you again. That's it right here. His eyes look closed. Either they are closed or they so swollen that they hurt to open. Look at it. Jinky had to feed him like that, man. But listen, guys, I gotta ask you this. Let me pause it. I guess let's make it a statement. It does take balls. To want to fight a guy who you are still lumped up by. See, a lot of people wait until they feel better. See, a lot of time, like what I do notice about fighters, when a fighter first loses bad, a lot of time they're contemplating retiring, and it takes a couple, 2 or 3 months for them to, like, feeling better, feeling like they got it, and then the anger kicks in again, and they want the rematch. He is still lumped up like Willie did it. And let me tell you guys a little bit of secret. If you guys ever hear me say he is lumped up like Willie did it, my dad's first name is Willie. And they used to call my dad Lump Lump. And the reason they call him Lump or Lump Lump is because when he used to get into fights, he used to leave the guys with lumps on their heads. So they used to have lumps, like the more lumps. And even my mom used to call him a lump, So when you hear me say, he lumped up like Willie did it, it's just a, showing a little respect to my dad. He said, Manny, okay, we got that. But let's check this out, man. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. But listen, like I said, man, I take my head off to Manny Pacquiao. I think he's making excuses. I think he's making excuses about his legs tight, his legs cramping. Somebody talking about his water spike. The media's not giving him that much grief like they gave Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is like an all-out assault to damage his character, to damage his persona, to damage his image. It's an all. Whenever he loses, it is. Matter of fact, even when he was winning, it was all out downplaying who he did, what he beat, giving him credit. He ain't that good. He ain't that good. Wilder was never that good until Tyson Fury beat him, and then that's when he became a great fighter. Fury beat the Bronze Bomber. Fury's number one. I thought it was a bomb before the fight. So, let me do this, guys. Let me go and get ready and get off. I want to come live for a minute, talk about this. Like I said, man, this was a tough fight, man. Tough fight for Manny Pacquiao. Looks like he's going to do a rematch. I don't know how it's going to go. He got to figure his legs out. If his legs don't move and his head don't move and he cannot adjust to the same damn shot, like how I should do a breakdown. Matter of fact, you remember, guys, when I did some videos, I don't know if you knew or not, but after the Gervonta Davis, I broke down how he got the uppercut. And there's another fight I broke down. Canelo. I broke down how he caught Billy Joe Saunders. I can give you a breakdown on why or how Yordenis Ugas was able to land that. See, it wasn't really an overhand right. It was more just a right hook. It's more of a right hook. I can break that down and tell you why I landed, why Manny Pacquiao didn't pick up on it, and how Manny Pacquiao could have took advantage of it. See, yep, double standards. All the way, champ. All the way. But like I said, man, I support the Bronze Bomber. I give respect to Manny Pacquiao. I support the Bronze Bomber. Win or lose, come against Tyson Fury. That's my dog. I'm pushing it. If Manny Pacquiao rematches, listen, I'm going to cover it. Matter of fact, hell, I might even cover this fight this weekend on Sunday. I might even cover the Jake Paul fight. Taking on St. Louis' very own Tyrone Woodley. In case some of you guys don't know, TDub is from the great city of St. Louis, the great state of Missouri. Also spent some time in Arkansas. Razorbacks! Razorbacks! We're back at it. Like a crack at it. Giving you boxing giggles this work, guys. Listen. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, help the channel grow, guys. The only engine that's pushing this channel is me. And I need you guys to be the gas to get it going. Subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. We keep it real. We keep it boxing. We keep it lit. And I'm out.